Hello, everyone. My name is Jack, and I just wanted to go over Sod Squad, which is an app I developed for sod farms who use QuickBooks Online. So this integrates directly with QuickBooks Online, and it's a little easier interface to take orders, dispatch trucks, coordinate with the cutting crew and delivery crew, and just to keep everyone on the same page. A lot of people use QuickBooks Online, and then some people are still using pencil and paper. There's a couple other solutions out there, but I think what sets mine apart is that it's a real-time integration. So, like as soon as you change something in the ERP system, that change is reflected immediately in QuickBooks, and vice versa. If you change something in QuickBooks, the ERP, what everyone's looking at, gets updated immediately. So pretty much you work from this order grid. So these are all just sample orders here I put in. You have a schedule for each day. I think most sod farms kind of operate this way. So you can see that each line here is an order that corresponds to a QuickBooks invoice. And so you can actually look at the invoice by clicking the link. It'll open up QuickBooks, and then we'll actually load that order in QuickBooks here. When you go to, I guess I'll start with the first step, which would be taking the order. So a customer calls, you click new order. I'm just going to put in some sample data here. You would add the customer. If it's a pickup or delivery, you can configure locations. So these are the same as the departments in QuickBooks Online. So you may be using that feature already. You can use delivery and pickup. You can have more in here. So if you have, like different pickup locations, you could kind of segment those orders by location. So if it's pickup order, you select pickup, the map goes away. Delivery, I'll keep this as a delivery order. I'm just gonna randomly pick a address here. Type in the quantity. We sell by the square foot, but you could use square yards. Set the zone. These zones you can set up your own delivery zones. You can really customize it however you do your pricing. And then the price levels, one of the best features of the program is the price levels are like super configurable. So based on like the customer group, the department, the zone, and then the item quantities, you can set it up to price the correct unit price based on the quantity and where it's going and who the customer is, and also to automatically charge a pallet deposit for the sod items. PO, this will all get sent over to QuickBooks. Notes for the driver. Since this is a saved customer, you could have if this is a larger landscaper, you could have 10 to 20 different contacts for that company. So instead of having to ask their phone number and email address every time, it kind of gives you a little directory for each company. And we set this up for, we'll just put it on April 7th. Save and exit. And you see it show up here. Oh, I did forget to map it. So you do have Google Maps here. You can press locate. It'll try to find it on the map, and you can actually drive this around or drag this around if you want to, give the delivery driver a little more accurate location there. So as soon as you hit save and continue, it'll give you this QuickBooks ID number in the upper right, so you can actually click on this. It'll open up QuickBooks, and then you'll see this order that we just entered. So this is created immediately when you save the order, and if you edit the order, this is updated too. So in the invoice here, if you change the quantity, like say this person only wanted 4 pallets, you can change it to 4 pallets, save it. It'll save in QuickBooks, and then that'll be updated immediately in SodSquad. So if you go back into SodSquad and refresh the page, you'll see that the quantity has been changed here. You can also, if you're using QuickBooks for your merchant service, you can also receive a credit card in here. You can also, you set up the payment methods in QuickBooks Online. So if this was a cash order, you could just receive it like that. And then this is a cash payment. You can click the magnifying glass and it'll open that payment in QuickBooks Online. So once we take this order, it'll show up on the order grid for that shipping date. This is where you'd actually dispatch the orders from. So you'd select a farm. You would configure these, obviously based on your setup there. The field, the driver, and then the load number. You can also, there's these check boxes here, so you can tally the orders. You can see your total broken down by pallets here. You can also send confirmation text to the customers. We do this the day before. It sends the delivery address and the amount they ordered. It just limits the number of mistakes. The status boxes here, this keeps everyone on the same page as far as how the order fulfillment is going. This first box is confirmed, so if the customer definitely wants the sod, we would check this box. To cut, this means that the order will be seen on the harvester view. So once you check this box, it'll show for your field crew so they know how to cut it. Once the sod's cut, they'll mark it as cut in the field, and I'll show you that screen shortly. You'll see these darker blue boxes to represent the sod being cut. And then to load and load are the same, but this is for the driver view for your delivery drivers. And then delivered and order complete. So those will change based, throughout the day. As the orders are cut, loaded, and delivered and completed, you'll see that status change. To get to the fulfillment or harvest view, as we call it, you can either go to the drop down or just go back to the main page here and look at the fulfillment harvest dashboard. So this just has a simple menu. You can see everything or broken down by farm. Some companies have multiple farms they're cutting at, and usually there's a different cutting crew at each farm. So one farm cutting crew may not even need to see all the other farms. So if you click this one, I'm going to simulate the mobile view here. So this is what your cutting crew would see on their smartphones or tablets or whatever they're using. At the top of the screen will be the totals by product and by field. So we're cutting tall fescue and Kentucky bluegrass. If you're cutting in multiple fields, they would be broken down by field here. But in this case, it's just one field per product. So this is saying it's 61 pallets of 600 square feet, one pallet of 400 square feet, and then there's one order with 2,400 square feet. You can scroll down and look at each order then. So you can see that all of these are not ready and not loaded. So as the morning goes on or afternoon, you would the cutting crew would cut the sod, and then once the orders are ready, they would just toggle them as ready here. And then once the trucks are loaded, Either the cutting crew or the driver can mark the sod as loaded. So I'll mark the first run here for Mike is loaded, and this other first run. And now if I go back to the order grid, you'll actually see that the status has changed here. So the people in the office will see that that's cut and loaded. Then to get to the driver view, you'd go back to the home screen, open the delivery dashboard, and then you can see each of the drivers are going to be listed here. Each of these users can be set up so that when they log in, they're just routed directly to their screen, which looks like this. I'm going to put it back in mobile view. So this is what the drivers would use to get loaded. So this is the first load here, 16 pallets of 600 square feet, tall fescue in the farm and field. He can toggle it loaded, or so can the field crew. Once he's ready to make the delivery, he'd click on it. It would load up the order, tells him how far away he is. We have our drivers send a text to the customer just to let them know to expect it. So you could just hit send text, and it'll use Google to estimate his ETA and populate this template, which he can change if he needs to. The way it's configured, the office would, so if the customer responds to this text, the office would get it. We just don't want our drivers, texting people on the road. Once he delivers it, he would mark these as delivered. He's got to pick up a check or cash. This is a COD customer, so this is going to show here to let him know. The contact phone number would show, and then if there were any notes, those would be right here. He can also take a photo, which I can't really do since I'm on desktop. I'm just going to use a stock image there. So this saves that photo of the delivery. So we have our drivers take a picture of the sod on the ground instead of actually getting a signature. We found that actually works better and is quicker, and the customer doesn't have to be there. And that attaches it to the order. And then he would just click complete, and it would bring him back to the screen, and he would continue with his other deliveries. So that photo, if you go back to the schedule and find that order, you'll see it's marked complete now. It's kind of grayed out here because he delivered it. The one final step is the office would just acknowledge that it's complete. You click edit. You'll see now there's this little pop-up that says view fulfillment photo. You just press it and you'll see the photo right here. So usually this would be like a picture of the sod delivery at the job site. It also will attach it to the QuickBooks invoice as an attachment. So if we load this up, you'll see that the photo that he just took is also on the QuickBooks invoice. So you can configure QuickBooks to email that with the invoice as a proof of delivery. You can also see all the orders on a map. So usually, especially if it's a busy day and there are more orders, it may be easier to dispatch on the map. So you can click on each one of these and actually change the driver and the run number instead of doing it all on the grid. So you can do that, or a combination of the two. One other feature is the CRM database. So you can search your customer list here. It'll show, I'm working on activity and order log here. You can also see all the orders just from that one customer, and the order status is there. There's ability to just quickly fill out a quote if they want a price on something through here. You can look at all their details. Most of these are saved in QuickBooks, but you can also modify those from here. And then the customer contact list can be edited. And again, this is all tied in with QuickBooks, so you can click that link in the corner. It'll load up the that customer's profile in QuickBooks here. Well, that was a real quick basic overview of the key features of at least the sales side of the program here. I'm continuing to develop this. I have a lot of other features that I want to add to it. So if you're interested, reach out. I'll try and keep you updated, and I'll probably make a few other videos as I work on some more stuff with this. Thanks for your time.